Hello guys, welcome back to my channel. So this is going to be my second attempt at doing this reading for Leo. Please keep in mind to use your intuition and your own discernment to know whether or not this reading or any part of it is for you, okay? So the energy that I picked up was a sense of frustration, a sense of sudden disagreement, a sense of struggling to make something work. A shift. It could be some of you work with supply chains. It could be some of you have like sales agreements, or in this case, disagreements. It could be that when working with others, suddenly we're struggling to get things done. Yeah. I want to shift away from the energy of the problem and move into a solution. So let me shuffle and let me see what comes out. There is an energy here of being aware of how we're showing up and how we can work with others and where our limits are and where theirs are and where we can meet. So that's the first thing that comes up. I'm getting we might also be a little bit headstrong and a little bit stubborn with a specific goal that we have. And I totally understand wanting something to work, especially if it has worked or we don't see a reason for it not to work. Yeah, so I'm getting quite a bit of that in this energy. So let me look a little closer into this. Okay. So this card says, sing your own song. So this is about your staying true to your individuality. And there is some kind of internal reflecting that we can do. When I feel this sense of building frustration, like we're pushing against an external energy, sometimes it's helpful to wait, or sometimes it's helpful to try a different approach, or sometimes it's helpful to shift something at a different part of the process. It could be as far as like agreements with others, maybe making different agreements, maybe making agreements with others, period. There's a whole bunch of stuff here. So I don't know in what way this would, yeah. Okay. The abundant universe will provide, and then we got Wasp Spirit. Wasp Spirit appears when there's some kind of like disagreement. Something's not working in that moment. So when this comes up, it's Spirit saying everything's going to work out, you'll be provided for, you'll be fine, and to trust and work with energy as best you can. This reading is a bit challenging. I'm getting angry. I'm feeling really angry. So, yeah. There is an energy here of try to look less at the problem and more at your other options, which you didn't initially consider. Or just stepping away. Sometimes you can't solve a problem by staying so close to it. You just have to step away or turn your attention away. You just have to. And so in this case, sometimes you have to step away from a problem. It feels like I'm getting an energy here of you're like, it was pretty much there. We're right there. We're like a step away from this final solution. And it would have worked. And it just feels like everything is just suddenly so close yet out of your reach. Okay, so, and I'm feeling like that's an external energy outside of you that you don't have the ability right now to make move. I get that. So I want to get advice cards for that. Okay, Spirit will help you. Yes. Spirit will help you. I'm definitely, yeah, I'm getting that. So there's going to be, how is Spirit going to help you? Let's get a practical answer here. Try to stay flexible moving forward. If you need to take a step back from something because you're too frustrated, you can't make sense of anything yet, that's fine. With the Six of Pentacles, the Temperance card, the Ace of Wands, and the Ace of Pentacles, I would say take a step back, let this simmer down, work on what you can change, and perhaps with some time out, a different option will appear to you. Or a different approach I'm getting, because, yeah. Maybe we can try a different approach with the same circumstance or the same individuals. Why don't we try that? Yeah, it's been a while since I've had a reading where I felt angry, because that's what I'm feeling from this. Yeah. There's something here with boundaries. I have to be careful with my words, because when we're angry, it's not helpful to point fingers or be harsh. And I'm not saying that I would point at you or anyone else, but we got to be delicate here, because you need time with this. Let's see. Maybe I can get another. Oh, this card. Oh, this is what came out during my first reading. These two cards. The body and the cauldron. So, this is about creative energy. Bringing something into the world. Both these cards are about creative energy. Generally, not always. This could be a collaboration with a person on a personal matter. It could be a collaboration in a financial sense, or like a retail sense, or a supply chain sense, like manufacturing. It could be any one of those things. I mean, there's so many diverse things that we could do in the world. Apply this to your situation if it works for you. I would not. No, do not push against the rock. Like, it feels like things are gonna explode here. I don't know if I would do that. I don't know if that's helpful to literally let it go off, kind of, in a proverbial sense. I don't know if that's helpful. When these things happen, I take a step back. So that would be my initial statement, I would say. Can I get an advice card, please, Spirit? Whew. I need a minute with this. This is hot. Yeah, okay, we got the Six of Pentacles again. This is a grace card. And we got the Fool with it, so a new beginning, a new start, a new option, a new path, a new direction. Let me ask what this is. Don't push too hard. Why don't you ask for options? Because I'm feeling frustration, anger, desperation. Like, yeah, I'm feeling like this has to work. There's anger here. Why don't we, in our collaboration, ask for options? Why don't we do that? Because look, we have the Six of Pentacles, the Six of Pentacles, two different decks. I'm getting Spirit will help you work with this, and it will work. It's just we need to shift here. Something here needs to change. Our approach, our communication. Okay, I'm not saying you have to negotiate things you're not willing to negotiate. That's not what I'm saying. Because I got the individuality card several times. This is another individuality card. There are things we can budge on, and there are some things that we just can't. That we just can't. I get that. No problem. I'm not pushing on that. I need a minute with this. The best I can offer to this energy right now is perhaps offering what you want to offer to others, and or shifting your offering with your existing arrangements or agreements. Like, I'll give you a metaphor. Let's just use a metaphor. Or hypothetical example. Let's say somebody that you always drink coffee with is like, no, I don't want coffee anymore. And then you're like, well, why don't we spend time together anyway? And then they say, well, I don't want to. And then you say, well, okay, so an option would be to offer tea. And they might say yes to tea. They might say yes to Gatorade. Or, okay, they don't want to do that. So we turn to another and we say, okay, well, I need coffee time. Do you want coffee time? With another. So that's kind of the vibe I'm getting with this. I know it's collective reading, and excuse me, this energy might apply in different scenarios. This could be work, finances. It could be material matters. It could be matters of the heart. It could be. I was getting in the first iteration I did this reading. There was a little bit of that passion energy here, that creative energy, that being true to yourself. So there's something really strong with that here. I want to say this: there are some things that can't be negotiated, and because we are individuals with unique boundaries, and there are such things as actual limits. There are. And I think with some of these things that are being asked, we've hit an actual limit, and maybe you're being asked to go beyond that real limit, and that's generating anger. What might also be generating anger is a sudden change that feels, the way it feels to you is inconsiderate. And perhaps on some level it is. Again, I'm not here to point fingers. But at the same time, there's something here with an exchange that Spirit energetically wants to support you in. And if that exchange is not being accepted by one arrangement, then maybe we can look at another. Yes, that feels better to me. That feels a lot freer to me. Like, it feels like the energy would flow in that situation. Because there's like a blocked energy flow here. A blocked giving and receiving. Yeah. Okay. We have overcome any obstacles. So we did hit an obstacle in some way, an obstacle outside of us, and so there might be that anger here with this, because we got Rhino Spirit. I'm getting you've learned to work with this energy before, to deal with these situations, this situation before, so. No problem. Let's take a break, take a step back, step away from the problem, let it percolate, let it, bubble. And then you work on it with something else. Okay. Let's see the outcome, the outcome energy. Oh, okay. Okay, just keep working with it. Six of Swords and the Knight of Pentacles. Keep working with it. Yeah, you're going to be helped. I'm getting in this situation you might need assistance with this, so you're going to be helped with that. Yeah. Watch and wait. And then the card that I kind of put away without showing you was the miracles are endless. Watch and wait. Yeah, that's the best advice I have now. I do see this working out. It's just let this frustration simmer before you attack the problem, because this is a strong aggressive energy, I want to say. I'm feeling that way about it. Yeah, be careful of boundaries. Be careful of how you show up and how you interact with others, even in disagreements. Be careful, please. Because this is a really delicate situation I'm getting. So let's... In situations where we might screw something up, it's just better to take a step back, period. Should Leo continue working with this? Yes. Yes. Okay, that's a yes. Yes. Continue trying to work with this energy, just take a step back. You don't need to disengage completely from this. Just, again, take a break, step away, whether it's days or a week, however long you need. And if there's a need here that needs to get met, or some kind of exchange agreement that needs to be made anew, then, and this arrangement doesn't want to make room for that, then perhaps make it elsewhere. Perhaps you'll be able to keep both arrangements. I'm not sure if this is a personal setting, like a personal friendship need, or a connection need, or because this could also be financial. This could also be like work related. We might need a certain degree of flexibility here to avoid being or feeling used, and at the same time to avoid stepping on boundaries in a way that would create some pretty big conflict. Okay? So that's what I have for you in this reading. One more? Okay, one more. Alright, one more. This card. Okay, this deck. Let's do this deck. Ah! All the cards flying everywhere. Alright. Let's get one suggestion card, please. A nice oracle card. Okay. Did I mess these up? No, it goes this way. Oh dear. I think I messed some of these up. Okay. This one. The energy, we got the strength card and the Queen of Air. Well, High Priestess of Air, whatever. What I'm getting from this is be careful with your words. Be mindful of your belief systems and your perceptions. Just be mindful of them. I'm not saying you're wrong. That's not what I'm saying. I'm saying how you speak, how you deliver, how you perceive, how you approach a situation can have a dramatic impact on to a positive outcome. And we're learning something new here with the fledgling card. So, can I ask what we're learning? Oh, it's a risk. Okay. No, that's not. Okay, that's not it. All right. This card is not helping. I don't understand that one. No. That's enough from this deck. Can I get an advice card, please? Oh, change. Okay. That's the advice card. The advice card is change and understanding. So I think when we're ready, we can reapproach the situation with a fresh outlook. Take a moment, work with the shifts, do your best, know where you can budge and where you can't, and try to be as flexible as you can in making something work. I'm not getting that you're the only one that needs to be flexible here. That's not what I'm getting. I just want to say that. Okay. Alright. Anyway, I think that's plenty for this reading. Can I get a potential outcome card for this, please? Oh. Page of Coins. Sometimes the Six of Pentacles is a compromise card, but not in the sense of being unhappy. It's just, okay, we both got where we wanted to go, but just wasn't the way I planned. And I would have preferred it this way. What I'm getting from this Page of Pentacles cards isn't necessarily that energy. What I am getting from this card, as a potential outcome card, is there's an offering here of solid agreements moving forward. Like actually reliable agreements, transparent, with integrity, like the follow through, showing up. I'm getting all of that. Like they'll actually show up. We made an agreement. We're gonna do this. Yes, there we go. Two of Pentacles. Two of Cups, Page of Coins, the Fool, King of Swords. I'm getting this is definitely integrity, agreements, following through, showing up, reliability. I don't know if I'd use that word for this, but you get it. The energy of collaboration is not only strong here, it's 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 not only possible and it's strong. That's what I'm getting here. Like this can actually work. It's just there feels like a, I don't want to say a break moment, but something here needs to change because there's anger here and there's frustration and there's well, I don't want to say that, but I'm getting you're being stonewalled or you feel stonewalled. Yeah, that's what I'm getting here. Maybe you're feeling like rejected, stonewalled, avoided, deflected, not gaslit, but just brushed away. I'm getting that, and so maybe that's an issue here. Yeah, I don't think maybe that's an issue. I think that is an issue. That definitely feels like a yeah. I don't know. I want to say this. I'm not sure that this is the case, but okay, maybe it is. If you made agreements and then somebody just reneges on them and denies you ever made it, and then doesn't take ownership of a shift, then it might be time to take a step back, reflect on options, and maybe try to make agreements in a better energy. Maybe with a better, like with an energy that you can rely on. I don't know if that's possible, depending on the scenario. People that deny agreements were made, renege on them, and disappear, that's infuriating and it's something that needs to be highlighted. Yeah, that's an issue. And perhaps Spirit is saying, we'll work with you on getting what you need. So it might be with this situation, it might be with another. So I would just be mindful of that. Because somebody that doesn't follow through and stay on the up and up, or at least address, like, hey, we had this agreement, I can't show up on it, I can't do this, I need it to change. If they can't do that and they're just denying that it ever happened, that's a huge issue. That's actually a red flag that you might not be able to work through with that person. If that is what happened, that's very aggravating. Yeah. Yeah, okay, the anger just came out of me. So maybe that's what you're dealing with. So, again, that's what I have in this reading. Thank you so much for being here. The universe will support you in this process. Just try to be patient with yourself, okay? So, thank you so much for being here, Leos, and I hope you have a great week.